2014 podcast, and how sweet it is, folks. The Toronto Blue Jays sweep the Athletics at home on opening weekend. But before we get into that, quick shout out to our presenting sponsor this season, Budweiser Canada.
And it's a big year, Toronto's 50th season, a lot of history, a lot of moments, and Bud's been encouraging fans to make time for baseball season after season.
And it doesn't matter if you're at the Dome watching at home or out with the guys, watching the boys in blue, a Bud in hand, it just fits.
Just one of those things. You lock in for first pitch with a nice cold Bud on deck, name a better duo.
50 seasons in, and it still feels the same.
Hopefully with a few more big moments coming this year.
So why not grab a Bud, enjoy the game, enjoy responsibly, and now let's get into the podcast. All right, Avery, what a weekend, man. Everything happened. So much to talk about. Crazy for an opening weekend. The first Toronto Blue Jays sweep since 1996, where they started out 3-0. A lot of records broken. They broke the most strikeouts in a series ever in franchise history. They punched out also 50 hitters as a pitching staff, which is bananas in its own right. How we feeling, man? I mean, the vibes could not be higher on a Sunday podcast.
I feel great. I mean, that was awesome to watch. Just two games where they played this stereotypical Blue Jays baseball by playing, not scoring a ton of runs, and still finding a way to win. So it's like those first two games, it's like there was big game feel to game one that we were at, and we'll go into the whole ceremony and all that stuff. But like to do that, win that game when I didn't think they played that great. Next one, like Severino pitched his dick off. He was fucking awesome.
He kind of got shafted by Denzel Clark of all people, to be honest.
Yeah, that play, him and Soderstrom and left, that was tough. But like game two to make that comeback happen, we have a ton to talk about. And I mean, I am so happy to talk about actual things that my eyes saw, not just like making things up on the spot that we have to do all off season. But I wanted to we'll go through some of the games. I don't know if you want to do this first or second, but I wanted to overreact. Like let's really overreact to something. People should not get mad at this because we were doing it as as something on the podcast. But let's start with some overreactions from the first weekend.
We'll do two each. Okay. Two each.
I got more than that. I'm gonna have to overshare.
I'm fine with two, but my first overreaction is this Toronto Blue Jays staff will break the Toronto Blue Jays record for strikeouts in a season. And I'm gonna say easily too. Do I have that number in front of me? No, of course I don't have that number in front of me. But they will break the record for strikeouts as a staff, starting bullpen, whatever, this season.
I'm gonna overreact to Dylan Cease being a 6-pitch guy. Like, sure, the bottom four might not be great pitches, but I mean, we've seen some 2-pitch guys here. Kevin Gausman has made a living and been one of the best signings as a 2-pitch guy, but Cease's 2 pitches are a little different. And he is just adding everything in. Like the changeup is going on. Just making his arsenal that much deeper. It's crazy to see a guy we haven't seen in a while. Like your punching tickets at 100 as a starter.
We've never seen it, Avery. We've never seen it.
You're getting 15 swings and misses on your slider too, and it's just like, okay, I'm going to throw a changeup. I know it sucks, but I'm going to throw it for fun because no one really knows I throw it again.
And that's what he said, Avery. He said that. He said, my changeup's not where it wants to be, essentially, but hitters are so surprised by it because they're sitting fastball slider, right? Because that's what his kind of repertoire has been. So we'll go more into it obviously later because we're just doing the overreaction stuff now, but holy shit, man.
He was good. That was just insane to watch. I see some of the stuff. I will be monitoring uncompetitive walks. I feel like that could be his thing but it happened to Kurtz the one time where he kind of worked around him. I think he walked him twice of maybe his 3 walks or 2 walks. He tried to pitch around Kurtz a little bit, but some of them weren't even close. And then half the time, like the way he commanded it, and we've just talked about the whole time that command could be the issue at times. It was just the perfect Dylan Cease start. And
it was against a good lineup. Like this isn't. I know people were tweeting at me like, "Yeez, like, oh, it's the Athletics." Like that is going into the season. Every publication had them a top 10 offense in baseball. That's just fact.
And it does help where they play. Like that's going to help their numbers.
100%. But you still look at that lineup and there's dogs in it. Unfortunately, those dogs were like little puppies all week. Like they were awful. Aside from Shea Langeliers, I'll give him his flowers. But yeah, that's a great lineup. My next overreaction is after watching him at the plate and how selective he is and how he's able to in two strike counts hit balls the other way. Kazuma Okamoto finishes this season top 3 on the Toronto Blue Jays in weighted runs created plus.
Okay. Nice. I I'd go against that.
Who would you say is ahead of him? I mean,
Like
it's overreaction for a reason.
no, it's good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I'm me buying into Okamoto was the same thing. So I'm sitting here today. YJ's is always on the stuff. He's a great guy to text in game and like him going back at like Oppo gap for a home run. Like this is a guy that it was said he's Isak Paredes, who has never hit a home run to center field. I went through the spray. They're like, this guy sells out for a sellout wasn't truly the term because he's got this good approach and he's a professional hitter. He can go the other way still, but like his thing was pull side power. Like he can elevate.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to do that if the ball's not dead like it is in NPB. Like he showed us that he crushed that ball backside gap, and that's something Paredes has never done. So like that's immediately it changes my perception on like at least how many home runs he can hit. So I was impressed by the way and it will piss me off a little bit, the way he's able to take a strike in the zone.
That is a frustrating watch as a ball watcher. It's always the first pitch too.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be monitoring a little bit, but he doesn't seem flustered by it too, which is like his approach where we can get to 2 strikes. That's fine. I'm not out yet, so I can take a strike in the zone and be fine. Like he's not as free swinging as some of the other guys on the team. That's fine. That's just how he is. But I loved the approach, man. It was some of the times it was getting beat by 100. Everyone gets beat by 100 sometimes. I don't think he looked overwhelmed at all. I was happy with the defense again. I think people were overrating some of the plays he was making, but
Sure.
he just made the plays, and I'm totally fine with that. So I thought it was an awesome weekend for him.
And this is my thing as well, because you talk about it like the game plan for Okamoto, I assume if I'm an opposing team is throw him away, right? And they try to attack him away all series when he got to 2 strikes, especially. And what he was able to do was with two strikes was just flip the ball the other way. 3 out of his first 3 hits of the year were all oppo singles in that little gap between second and first because they were shading him a little bit for the pull side stuff. I could be wrong on this. I don't know how many hits he got. I think he got 4 hits, 3 singles and a home run. I'm almost positive all of them were oppo. I could be wrong on that.
His first hit was pulled, right?
It was pulled. Okay, so he had 5 hits then, but he did.
Yeah.
Or 4 hits. You're right. 2 hits, like 3 out of the 4 hits he had were oppo. That's just again, that's showing, and like you said, the comparison with Isak Paredes. Isak's not doing that. Like Isak's not fine with just a backside single. He's really pull happy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that was the thing. Like in my mind, how you'd pitch to a guy who you perceive as pull happy is just spin down and away.
Yeah,
it's like okay, but he's got a good enough eye to me where he just takes the down and away, and he's fine to do that. So it's just kind of like no pressure on him. He knows who he is, and he's just not trying to do anything kind of outside of his game right now. I mean, that's first weekend. It's 3 things. I was at the backside bomb, the in the gap home run. I was,
and I was also impressed, Avery, with his eye. And I know they talk about that and more like he was a strikeout, not a lot of swing and miss guy in the NPB. He spat on a couple pitches. He started that rally they had on Friday to come back or to walk it off. Like
scored 2 runs Friday.
Yeah, he was down 1-2 in the count, works it all the way back to 3-2. I mean, this guy has had very, very professional at bats, and I know there will be learning curves, obviously, once pitchers start to adjust to him, but he has shown the ability to be able to adjust as well, like with the oppo backside stuff the other way when the ball's low and away. And he did that all this weekend. So I cannot be more excited to watch Kazuma Okamoto play baseball, man. He's awesome. And he came up with an awesome quote today. I don't know if you saw it after the game where he's like, I've learned already a ton from Vladdy. Like Vladdy's taken me under his wing, which is again hilarious to say because Vladdy's like 3 years younger than him. But he said like I'm learning from Vladdy. He's taking me under his wing, and he's already learned so much. So just an awesome hitter to watch this weekend.
I'm gonna do a bad overreaction. Bad weekend for pitchers changing their narrative in Jeff
Yeah.
Hoffman and Brendan
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
I'm a Brendan Little guy because so many people dislike him, and it makes me like him
You
more.
go against the grain. You're a contrarian.
Yeah, I mean, he does good things. He did good things, but like, we gotta talk to someone. It's between the ears. It's got to be a mental thing. I see him out there sometimes, and it looks like we're watching him. He looks helpless at times. Like, you got
Yeah.
good stuff. It's like, and I know it's just a really amateur way to think about it, but just being more around the zone, like you have good enough stuff where you can beat guys in zone. Um, I think it's just got confidence is shot. I
The
mean, he's
biggest
got
thing with
nothing.
him is though, Avery, is like I think someone needs to grab him and just say to him, dude, you are nasty. Like you have the swing and miss stuff, man. All it is the confidence. And when I like obviously I know Tyler Matzik and he suffered with the yips and it ended his baseball career before he came back to the Braves. And he said it at the end of the day, man, it doesn't matter how good your stuff is. If you are just like in your own head out there pouting, like just thinking, what if I do that? What if I make this mistake? What if I make this mistake? It could really fuck you over, man, because Brendan Little has shown the ability to be good. The first half of last year, he carried the bullpen. He was like one of the big guys in the bullpen. We were advocating for him to get more leverage innings, be the eighth
He
inning guy.
he almost should have been like an all-star at that
Yeah,
time.
that
Like
was
that's
a
how good
conversation we did have last year in the first half of the year. So you could tell, I don't know what he needs. I don't know if he has options left. I'm not quite
he
sure.
does. He has one.
Okay, but Mason Fluharty, as of right now, has snatched his chain, and Mason Fluharty looks awesome right now. I saw like yesterday, horrible luck, man. I mean, two singles in the infield. It's like you get taken out of the game. It's just like fucking kill me, you know. But
Yeah.
Mason Fluharty, I obviously trust significantly more than Brendan Little, but Brendan Little does have nastier stuff. That's just what the numbers say, what the stats say. So,
Yeah.
and when they
And
pan to him in the dugout, it's like you're on an island in there. Like no one wants to. Again, I don't know if he wants people to talk to him when he's going through this type of stuff, but what do you really say to the guy immediately after that? Maybe in the locker room after you say, "Listen, man, we got you. We won the game. Just fucking flush it. Who cares? It's done
yeah.
now." And you
But at some point you've done that so long with a guy where it's like how can we help you now? Because I'm
sure,
sure
but the thing is though, it is a clean slate this season, right?
for
Like
sure. Oh,
you
absolutely. That's why it sucked for Hoffman too, where he threw it
who
okay.
looked awesome today. Hoffman looked awesome today.
Yeah, and I thought he looked good the first one. It's just
Yeah,
the narrative of people who don't watch all the games, like to have that happen and be them being reassured with like surface level thoughts about it. And it's like, oh, these guys, it was like talking to the chat. I was like, yeah, he hasn't pitched well. It's fine. But people are saying, why would they bring him back? Like, there's so many obvious, 1,000 obvious reasons as to why he got brought back. But like, I can't fix the fact that he didn't pitch well again. I understand that. So tough for those two. I mean, Hoffman pitched great as long as he's fine with it.
the
And they,
stuff was there for Hoffman though, Avery. I'm going to push back on that. I know people are going to hate it, and I'm going to probably get tweets at me about it. I truly do not think Hoffman pitched bad on Friday. If you look at the numbers, the stuff plus was like top 5 in this on Friday, and I get it. Shea Langlier's hit a 97-mile-an-hour
oh,
fastball
yeah, it was a good swing.
away at the top half of the zone out. That's just awful luck for Hoffman. It really is. And what I'll be looking for is when Brendan Little pitches next. Because if he gets a 0 his next appearance, maybe that grows something. If he gets a 0 after that, it's like that's the beauty part of baseball, man. All it takes is literally just one appearance where
Yeah.
something clicks and you're like, all right, this is who I am.
He did,
And
but it doesn't need to click stuff wise for him, which is the most
it has
annoying
to click
thing.
just results wise. And that's the shitty part about it. When you get really results oriented as a professional baseball player, it really can fuck you up if you do have the stuff. If you just get really results oriented. And that's where I think it is at with
Yeah, I
Brendan
mean
Little.
yeah, like it's baseball. Everything's going to be results oriented. You're going to see every stat you put
Sure.
together up on the screen every time you come
Yeah.
in. That's no different, but yeah, man, just sucks for him. Like not redeeming to the fans at all. As
Yeah.
you try and like get back to when you were good. Like he actually did it. So the Hoffman thing, like again, fine with, but it's just
I'm Hoffman for areas of my concern is way on the lower of the totem pole compared to Brendan Little,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yeah.
Because Hoffman still has, in my mind, I truly do think Hoffman still has the mental like capacity and mental like toughness to be able to battle through it. Brendan Little has shown, unfortunately, his last three appearances, Avery, were the Mariners home run in the LCS, the
Freddie.
World Series walk off, and that.
Yeah.
That's not going to leave a good taste in your mouth, brother.
No.
It
And
really
that's what
isn't.
my overreaction was. It wasn't like I think they're bad. It was everyone else is going to be mad at these guys and they didn't help themselves change
Yeah.
for people who kind of just started watching in the playoffs. So that did suck. I would like my closer not to have a home run problem, but we've got 159 more games for that to change. So
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with that. But just kind of thoughts I had to talk about there. So
Fair.
that's
Yeah.
my kind
Yeah.
of overreact. I have a real thing. The ABS, I am so wrong on it. In stadium, that's the coolest thing ever. It is it is absolutely amazing. I like when the umpires mess up calls sometimes. Okay, that's fine. I like the human element to it
Sure.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But when your team is pitching and there is a ball overturned to a strike that leads to a strikeout and the crowd goes nuts, that was like a top moment of the Friday game for me. I thought it was awesome.
At the end of the day, Avery, it's an entertainment business. And when the umpire, or like someone taps their helmet, umpire turns around, faces the whatever, the person working up there, and goes, Toronto has challenged the call in the field. Umpire immediately turns around, the entire crowd stands up, and you just go, oh, and then it calls the strike, and it just goes, yeah. Everyone in the crowd goes bananas. It is like, if you try to explain to someone who doesn't know baseball, it's so stupid that we're celebrating it because it's like a singular call.
Yeah.
But it is so like the Kirk one, that was our first experience of it. In the ninth inning, it was electric. Because a lot of the times the pitcher knows and the hitter knows, obviously the umpire fucked up. So like Hoffman was already walking around the mound for strike three on that. It was the most obvious. All right, yeah, that's obviously that's the most clear cut strike. But I'm all in on ABS, all in on it.
Yeah, and it seemed to work a little faster than it did in spring training. My
Three
thing in spring.
seconds.
Okay, yeah. In spring I thought it was taking a little too long. Yeah, I was fine with it now. And the fun thing is people should be challenging from the first pitch. The A's didn't do it.
And it might have cost them the game, to be honest with you.
Neither did the Jays. Like the first game, people weren't that quick to use it. But it's like they say it in football, you can't take your timeouts home with you. You can't take your challenges home with you. You might as well use them. I know the thought in your mind is if there's a really important pitch at the end and you want to be able to save that. But if you think you know it, then let's just let this thing fly, I think.
Yeah, and the awesome part about it is like you kind of got to be strategic with it. But if you're a hitter that knows the zone well, like Alejandro Kirk at the plate, he can challenge whatever the fuck he wants. He can challenge the ball down the middle, and I'd second guess if it was a strike or not. Like that's the awesome aspect of it. I think it's the people who said, "Oh my God, we're gonna." I saw that loser Ryan Thompson who pitches for the Diamondbacks, or someone was talking about how much time it's gonna add to the game. The game on Friday went into extra innings, and it was like legit 2 hours and 40 minutes of a baseball game. Like it's not adding tons of time to a baseball game. That's a ridiculous, lazy take.
I said that take, not based on game time totally, based on flow of the pitcher, because the pitcher's just standing there in between. I mean, we have the pitch clock to speed him up, and then we have this ABS that I felt like was taking a little too long, but the flow of the game didn't feel any different at all while we were there. So
and it made it more fun. Like, do you know how cool it is? Like, and I saw a tweet from Hockey is all talking about it, and what it adds to the game is you can't really complain about the umps, man. You have those challenges with you.
If you lose your challenges, it's because you didn't know the zone well enough.
Exactly. And is it objectively hilarious seeing CB Buckner get essentially challenged 3 times in 2-minute time span? Yeah, it's fucking awesome. And I think the umpires, it is just an insane humiliation ritual for those guys, because there's nothing worse than a guy tapping his helmet or the catcher tapping his helmet 3 times in half an inning and just dropping his nuts on you.
The worst thing about umpires, though, is their ego in the middle of it. Like, we understand it's a really tough job, and like you can fail and be okay or not great at it sometimes. But when the umpires, it was like when Joe West was doing it, like people barking at you and you're throwing people out for people to be right now. I'm totally fine with that. Like, hey, you're wrong, you're screwing me, and so now we're gonna have like real time. We're gonna be held accountable. So I'm totally fine with that. Even though I do like some strikes called when we're pitching and they're
Yeah.
like three balls off the plate.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was Okamoto too. I tweeted it out. He had an at bat late in yesterday's game where pitch one, 3 balls off the plate.
Like not even in the same stratosphere, Avery.
Strike
Not
one,
like
fouled something off. Got to 2 strikes. And then the third strike was again 3 balls off the plate, it looked like. And I said he didn't want to show them up. He has too much respect for the umpires. But yeah, when you see that, it's like, okay, what are we doing here? We got to just let the challenges fly. I think it's a fun wrinkle to the game. I like it more than I thought I was going to like it. So yeah, maybe sometimes complaining wasn't necessary.
it works. Yeah, and Okamoto, I think obviously, I mean, it was a second game in the show. You don't want
Yeah.
to blow your team's challenges. Maybe down the line he gets because he does. Like that's another guy who knows the zone quite well, right? Like I think he has free reign. I think if we talk to John Schneider, you'd say, yeah, Okamoto has. I mean, he's not handcuffed. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I think
With
everyone's
that.
got free reign at this
Yeah.
point. And
I'd say like I would maybe Barger wouldn't. I don't think Barger like
yeah.
Barge.
No, well, 2024 Barger, they would have to
Yeah,
do it. But honestly, Barger weekend was,
pretty good.
I was pretty impressed with some of these at bats that we worked.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
to get walks there was 2 at bats that I remember. One today, one yesterday, where he was down early in a count and just battled for like a 9-10 pitch at bat that ended up in a walk, which was, I thought he hit the home run to walk it off yesterday. That didn't
Oh,
happen, but pretty impressive at bats. At least in that aspect, I was happy with what Barger did without hitting the home runs, like bringing value and doing good things other ways.
yeah, and let's talk about the festivals. We can go into the games. Obviously, we were there on Friday in one of the craziest seats I've ever sat in at the Rogers Center. We were 27, row one, seat 1 and 2. Legitimately just in the mix. Shout out to Budweiser for that. The festives, if you didn't cry for that, seek help. I mean, everything, the videos, the fan message. Luckily, we had the privilege of being a part of that as well. Like the first video they showed on the screen. Just beautiful stuff, man. Honestly, they did it so well. They encapsulated. Is it encapsulated or encapsulated? I don't remember what it's called. Encapsulate. I don't know. They
Yeah.
did a great job of that. For just making like showing the memories of 50 years as Toronto Blue Jays fans, man. It was unbelievable. They did a great job.
Yeah, I like that. I'm usually anti like ceremony
Yeah.
for the start of every year, but it I didn't know if I was ready to kind of relive it. I'm glad they didn't do like or there was like one or
No,
two.
there was no World Series highlight.
Yeah, I thought there was like one video where they were in LA, but everything else was just celebrating what they actually did win. Totally cool with that. What do you think of them putting ALCS champs on the banner instead of just American League champs?
I don't get it. I'd love the thought process on it. I don't understand it. I was disappointed that the wild card banner was up there. I will
Okay.
say that.
Yeah.
Not to go old man yelling at a cloud, but when we get chirped for the wild card banner from opposing fan bases, like I'm joining in on it. Obviously, it's like I don't agree with it. I'm fine with the division champs and the like American League champs. Obviously, those are actually winning things. They didn't win the wild card game. They just made it. It's like it would essentially be like putting up a banner, 2025 season,
Yes.
2024 season on the banner. So I'm against it. I'm not a fan of it, but I was very shocked when it said ALCS champs. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's just like American League champs. But again, maybe there's a thought process behind it I have no idea about, but it was very strange. And another thing that we didn't, maybe tomorrow when we go, we'll get to see this a little bit cooler or see this a little bit more, but I would, the displays all over the 100 level were awesome. I mean, you had retro, throwback t-shirts from like Jays vs. Expos series. You had gloves worn by like Roy Halladay, Delgado, Joe Carter stuff. Like this is just my dumb brain asking this. Where the fuck was this shit before? Was it like was it in like a storage unit somewhere? Like
You'd think
was there like
You'd think the Hall of Fame would have a bunch of it, right?
sure, yeah, but I know the Hall of Fame donated some of it, but Do you think there was just like some random storage unit in Toronto that had like Joe Carter's cleats for the walk off? I mean, I would love to know where that exists. Wink, wink. I'd love to know. I'd love to go storage wars and bid on that storage unit. But it was so cool to see that stuff because now it looks more like a ballpark, and we did talk about it on the last podcast. But seeing it in person was just so cool that there's so much like they had the Coneheads thing autographed by David Cone. They had everything, man. It was sick.
Yeah, it's something so small where they took boring posts in the middle of the stadium and just
Yeah.
put things up. So yeah, and it's an awesome walk, and it's on like every single one, um, for the infield at least it seemed. So I loved it, man. It's cool. They keep doing things to upgrade it and make it better. It's a great viewing experience. While I'm there, they can't change the look of the outside of the building, but they're doing everything good to change the inside. So I love that. Festivities were great, and we got a Kevin Gausman performance for the ages. I mean,
You never talk like this because you never overreact to stuff. But when we were sitting and Kevin Gausman was shoving, you were looking at me. You were like, "We got to maybe talk extension here soon." I know it's early, but we got to talk extension. And after watching that shit, how could you not talk about that? The Kevin Gassman experience on opening day was electric to see from our seats. He is a true professional, awesome guy. We've luckily went out with him a couple times. He's the man, and that start was bananas. Like was 11 punchies, dude.
he was he was fantastic. I should have gone back and watched later. It's different for me to watch on TV versus when we watched there, but yeah, I didn't want to be a prisoner of the moment. Just be like, okay, he's throwing the best game I've seen in a long time. Should we be talking extension? Like that happens all the time. It happened with like Danny Jansen the first month when he was going to be a free agent. It
Yeah,
happens all the time. But like, I'm thinking about it at least. Like it is a
it's crossed your mind. It's a thought that's
significant.
crossed your mind.
Yeah, like what would you give him? Like 2 years, like 30 million a year.
I mean, that's appropriate thing. You're still buying into. I'm not saying prime years, but dude, he did that. His velo wasn't down. Nothing was down. None of his numbers were down. He threw the most innings in all of baseball last year. He's older this year. Came in and just fucking shoved, absolutely shoved. And it would be a disaster in my mind if Kevin Gausman doesn't retire Toronto Blue Jay. It's the team he stayed with the longest. It's a team that he clearly loves. He talked about how much it's changed his family's life playing here, how much they love it. It would be a disservice if Kevin Gausman isn't a Toronto Blue Jay when he retires. It would suck to watch him in another uniform. I don't want to live in that world. I don't want to see that world Kevin Gausman's playing for a phantom random team in Major League Baseball. I don't. I really don't.
Yeah, and like he's 35, just turned 35.
Yeah.
So that would, if you get 2 more years after that, he'd be done as a 37-year-old if that's truly what he wants. Like
Yeah.
the at least the thought of him retiring or that being out in the sphere of people talking about that
He's
is
made his money.
yeah, yeah, he has. Um, I would be thinking 2 years. Like let's do this thing. Obviously we'll see what happens for the rest of the season, but I wouldn't be surprised, man, if something gets done before then.
Sure. Yeah, and you can never have too many starting pitchers. You look at the class. I mean, I think it was this class technically where it was the starting pitchers were a little bit better than what it's going to be on the
Well,
next one.
yeah, unless we do some Scooble talks, like it's
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, I'll ask you this, Avery. Would you sacrifice Kevin Gausman playing for the Toronto Blue Jays if it meant Scooble?
yeah, I would, but
It would
I
suck in the moment and fans would hate it, right?
yeah, I think they'd understand of
Yeah, they'd get it. They'd get it.
I
Maybe
think
we can have the
anyone
both talk for Scooble and Gossman, like we did for Tucker and Bichette.
yeah, I mean it's probably not going to get to that honestly, but
Yeah.
and that's the top of next year's class, so we'll see. Yeah, I think they might end up getting something done.
Yeah,
But
they will. And Kevin Gossman loves it here, man. Obviously, his kids love it here as well. They threw out the first pitch, better pitch than mine, some may argue. But yeah, Kevin Gossman should retire a Toronto Blue Jay. And the next thing I want to talk about, opening weekend, Andres Gimenez. Are you fucking kidding me? And after that walk off, he came out with a quote that was just like, this guy is a baller. He tweet from Keegan Madison. I'm not gonna lie, being a world champion makes you feel different. And I mean, he's playing like a world champion. He's This guy on opening weekend is bananas. And people forget they honestly wouldn't be in the World Series last year if he didn't go nuclear in the LCS. Like he was that home run in Seattle or multiple home runs in Seattle. Andres Gimenez, you want to talk overreactions? Over a 95 weighted runs created plus and at shortstop with how he's played so far in the position. That's a demon right there. That is a demon right there.
Yeah, I love the quote so much because wasn't he a I don't want to hate on this. I just want to put this out there. Wasn't he a defensive replacement in that game?
Yeah. I don't know if he got many at bats.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
in the final, but man, I so two of his hits were kind of the exact same up the middle, the walk off, same thing. It's like we got to shade a little bit that way to him if he's getting all the hits in the same spot.
Yeah.
I want the best for everyone on the team. Him being like this great player at shortstop is going to make me feel better, and it's going to soften the bow hurt.
Well, speaking of Bo Bichette, by the way, he's 0 for 5 today.
Yeah, he got booed, right?
And was just booed pretty loudly at City Field. And Frank the Tank already dropped the Bo Bichette tweet. That's already hit the timeline. So
it's not fair to talk
it's
about.
not fair to Bo. I still think he's good. It's just objectively watching what's going on in City Field. I think he just actually got out to end the game in extras.
For them to lose the game.
Yeah, for them to lose. Yeah, they lost the game against the Pirates. So tough one.
Do you think he's on the back page of one of the New York articles?
Oh, he might be. Boba shit. Do you think they steal that
no,
from?
I'm not gonna say that.
Or no, the caption will be "Oh Bo!" with exclamation mark. Yeah,
like
or Bo no. Bo no.
Bo no is really good too.
Bo no, but yeah. By the way, that play Andres has made on Braden Fisher, that double play ball. Oh my god.
Yeah, Saturday. Like it's we can't compare them as defenders. They're not playing the same sport on defense, but like
yeah.
Obviously, Bo's body would have broken in half if he tried to make those moves that Andres made.
Sure.
On the back end.
And it's not a slight on Bo, Avery. Andres Gimenez is more athletic. That's calling a spade there. That's really what that is. And
at some point, I'm the problem part of it too. I'm doing it right now, but we will have to stop comparing the two. It's too fresh. It's too fresh right now, obviously, but at some point we'll let go and not do the comparisons between the two because they're
and it's opening weekend. Like Kazuma Okamoto had an awesome weekend. He got on base 538. Like he had an awesome weekend, Kazuma. So it is. There's going to be the comparisons. And Bo, tough weekend. First taste of playing in New York, already getting booed, which is tough. I mean, holy shit.
How many times do you think that happened to him in Toronto?
Never. I don't think he ever got booed in Toronto. Right? There's no chance he got booed here. But just that was the Friday game breakdown. Awesome to see the guys farm a comeback victory. First game of the year, just a classic welcome back 2025 Blue Jays, which I'm fine with. If you want to be the cardiac kids all year again, is it sustainable again for 162? I'm not quite sure, but I'm fine with farming comebacks like that. Sign me up. I'm cool with that. But that was awesome.
I had another overreaction is that I love the Tyler Rogers experience.
Oh,
I love it. It's so good. Everyone who's not tabbed is like, how is this guy doing it? He's fun to watch. He had a couple strikeouts yesterday's game. I was all for that. I will accept more strikeouts from him.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah,
and that was the same thing for Cease. I was like, can we get him in the zone to get quick outs? Because his thing that people who watch him have always said is that he just doesn't go deep into games, and he kind of same thing like classic Dylan Cease. He didn't go that deep into that game where he was utterly dominant. But there was the second inning I thought where he got like a line out. Davis made the catch, and
Oh,
then
that Davis catch. I can't believe that. I hope at the end of the year we are talking and like, can you believe people were arguing with me about Leo Jimenez or Davis Schneider playing? Can you believe that, by the way? Awesome.
you could have given Leo a spot here,
Sure,
and
whatever. Well, that's fuck it. I
yeah,
don't care
maybe
about
not,
that.
probably not over Davis.
Awesome text from Schneider. John Schneider just texted me, play levels. Kaz fucks.
We're back. We're
What an
back.
absolute beauty. But yeah, the Friday game was awesome to just get a victory. Again, I know we're all on the tank game one train. I know it, but we
Well,
reversed it with the sweep.
yeah.
That's the narrative I will be pushing.
Did you hear the other season that they were 3-0 to start the year?
No.
There's two seasons they've done it.
96, 93.
96, 92.
Batting 500 for World Series, and that I'll take those odds 10 times out of 10. But yeah, that game was fun to be at, fun to experience the Rogers Center crowd again. Honestly, Avery, I don't know if it felt like this for you. And Gausman talked about it. It genuinely felt like we were there for like game 8 of the World Series, if there was one.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
how crazy the crowd. Like it was tense for like game 1 of 162. Man,
It did.
You know?
Like we were there game 6 and 7 of the World Series. Like game 6 and 7 of the ALCS. The crowd felt that tense at the start of the game because that's what they had known as of late. We got to talk to Luke, who's one of the pitching guys, and him, Sam Green, and Graham Johnson. They all sit and eat before the game.
Yeah.
And apparently, Luke said in the playoffs they would sit beside each other and not talk, and they started doing it again for game 1. And he's like, we cannot be doing this. The season's too long. Like we have to talk to each other and not do it like it's the playoffs. But that's what it felt like game 1 in the building there. It wasn't.
I was nervous, man. Like I don't know if you had that feeling. Like, and I know people say, "Oh, relax, Johnny. It's game 1." Again, like, first of all, shut up if you're gonna be too cool to celebrate stuff, especially not having baseball for 3 months. It was intense for me. I was like nervous. I was like, this felt like a must win for me, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
nervous isn't the words I would use, but it felt important.
Yeah, felt very important for me. But that was awesome. Let's go to game 2. The Nick Cage boy, our guy, he needed that. He needed to see a ball go through the hoop, especially with the narratives we had on Twitter about, oh, you gave him this much money. Dylan Cease goes out there, our guy, Nick Cage guy, and breaks the Toronto Blue Jays record for strikeouts in a debut, while also in this appearance punching out 7 goddamn hitters in a row. The swing and miss was incredible. The defense behind him was incredible. Shout out David Schneider. Kind of got unlucky with the run he did give up with that little bloop to left field. But as advertised, and then some, just against a really good offense, Dylan Cease, I cannot wait to watch this guy pitch. He rocks, Avery.
It was just like a tip your cap. It's like that was awesome. As it was happening, I've decided that I'm gonna try not to tweet about outings as they happen. Like in general, you shouldn't be talking about pitchers on like an inning to inning basis. Like let's just wait till we see the full scope of the outing. Like let's wait till it's done. But when you're in the middle of striking out 7 hitters in a row, it's hard not to be like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like this is incredible. You got caught up in it, and I was like, I love it. It almost backfired by the end. Like we in line for the loss almost. Like he had 2 runners on base when he left, and thank God. That would have been like, don't worry about wins and losses, but like
Yeah.
Dylan Cease potentially getting a loss in
Oh,
yesterday's
that would have been a
game when
kick
he's
in the
coming out.
dick.
Yeah, it's like, how is that even possible?
Yeah, that
but
would have been
Jeffrey
a kick in.
Springs cut them up again like he does.
Jeffrey Springs is not bad. His stuff was playing. That was not. I mean, he probably is. His stats are probably inflated because again, he does pitch a minor league field where the ball lands on the roof if it's in the air. But Jeffrey Springs wasn't that bad. Shea Langeliers obviously tormented the team the entire weekend, but
He's gonna do the Cal thing this year.
you think they're flip flopping?
Yeah,
He's
gonna hit
taking over the West.
Yeah, he snatched best catcher in the West.
Cal's chain.
Yeah.
He might. I mean, 3 home runs. I don't know what that pace
He's gonna
is.
hit. That's what he does. He's a great hitter, and
Yeah.
pair it with that. I think it's like we could get an easy 40 homer season from him. Stays
Yeah,
healthy.
yeah, I believe it. But he was awesome, and a unsung hero, Avery. And I did tweet about this, and we talked about this on the live stream was Tommy Nance doesn't get talked about enough as a Toronto Blue Jay. And I know they obviously shelter him every once in a while with how they throw him. They don't throw him in like these crazy. I mean, today he threw in the eighth, so they're starting to like maybe show signs of trusting him a lot. But it goes to show you how deep this bullpen is when you got a guy like Tommy Nance at like kind of close to the bottom of the depth chart who just absolutely shoves. His entire Toronto Blue Jays career, Tommy Nance has been an awesome pitcher for this ball club. I don't know what he found. I don't know what rejuvenated his career. Goes to show you how crazy bullpens are, but Tommy Nance, Nance Maker Dance, has been ridiculous, and he had an awesome appearance yesterday and another lights out appearance today. He's the man.
Yeah, I really remember that. What was it, the Marlins outing last year where
Yes.
he was in the extras and he pitched great. Wish he had a little more success in the play. I think he had one outing against the
Yeah, I was
Yankees.
against the Yankees in a blowout, right?
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
wasn't the best ever, where moment got a little too big maybe in that
Yeah.
spot. But when it's regular season ball, like I'm fine giving it to Tommy Nance like a lot of the
For
time. Like
sure.
let's just hammer that thing over the top and see if they can hit it. He's there. Like I got confidence in Tommy Nance. So it's we need all the guys to continue the steps they took in a big way last year. It's the Fluardi and Fishers. Like those are the two guys you need to keep taking big steps that you definitely want to do. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, man, I can't say anything bad about Tommy Nance. The numbers were great last year, so keep giving him his chances.
Yeah, we talked about the little stuff. I don't want to obviously just keep touching on it. We touched on at the start of the podcast, but it was awesome to see that the bats and the mentality of the team is still never give up. They were down 6-2, just got their ship pushed in with a grand slam with the bases loaded, and I think there was two outs maybe or one out. I don't remember how many outs
I
there
think
was.
one. I think
One
one.
out, got their ship pushed in and just clawed back. It was a slow death for the athletic, like for against the Athletics. They just kept chipping. It was one run an inning, one run an inning. Then the Alejandro Kirk home run. Then they get a zero in extras. It was just beautiful Toronto Blue Jays baseball. And it was exactly what it was in 2025 when you have in the back of your mind, like, how do we replicate this in terms of like, what's the mentality of the offense? Are they still going to be able to come back when there's leads like this or when there's deficits like this? And it was just the typical just chip away, chip away. We still got 9 outs to work with. One out in the ninth, and Alejandro Kirk ties the ball game up. It was what a ball player Alejandro Kirk is, man. Got put on display this weekend defensively as well. And you talk about it though, Avery, with like, is ABS going to affect Alejandro? It didn't, because hitters look back and see the frame job from Alejandro Kirk. They're like, is that a strike? I can't tell if that's a strike or not. You know,
Yeah.
it changes the perception of the hitters, and he stole a lot of strikes this weekend, and he did the job with the bat as well. That was an awesome at bat to tie the game in the ninth. Backs against the wall. So Thick Jesus forever is my main point. What a contract, and what a ball player that guy is.
Yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. It was put on display all year, and it's nice that that narrative has changed a little bit too. I mean, just a massive home run and a massive spot yesterday. So, I'll take it, man. Anything we get with the bat, I'm thrilled about. And then it gets to Ernie, and it's like, okay, we got this guy. I mean, throwing hard, and Ernie just ball in the gap to end the game.
102.
I mean,
102.
we'll say it's sick. Like,
And
good
they
for
intentionally
him,
walked Varsho for him. It was
which I would have done too.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's right on the mount. But the thing is though, it's just so it's so it's such a good storyline. The team that DFA'd you intentionally walks a guy to face you, coming off a career year for yourself, and you walk it off second game of the season. It you couldn't write a better storybook. I mean, Ernie Clement is just racking up the money now. He has the factor, no free
Factor deal.
odds. He also, I don't know if you saw this, and again, my girlfriend does work for Canada, so I shouldn't be giving them a shout out, but he he's doing odds now for WestJet. He's the official baseball player for WestJet.
No way.
This guy is just racking up the money. I better not pay for a dinner ever again around Ernie Clement. That's just a cold, hard fucking fact. We should never be paying for that. The guy's getting absolute bank right now. So shout out Ernie. Awesome walk off. But the main story from Saturday, which we're not going to talk about, which I'm surprised we didn't talk about yet, We had a Oilers girl situation at the Rogers Center. The flashing of the flashing on the jumbotron. I tweeted it. I had a like Alto or someone texted me. Alto texted me and goes, "Someone just flashed the jumbotron," and I tweeted it. I tweeted, "There's an alleged flasher at the Rogers Center." We kind of got our little rally girl going here, and just a million comments from like just the serial gooners in this fan base. Pics are it didn't happen, vids are it didn't happen, and the Toronto Blue Jays went on a rally after that. Like we have ourselves our own little rally flasher. I no video was posted of it, no pictures were taken, obviously, because it just like happens on the jumbotron. No one's just recording the jumbotron at all times, but there's someone out there maybe behind like that works the camera for the jumbotron that has it in the files. That just has a video of a woman flashing the Rogers Center faithful that started a rally. So shout out to her.
Yeah.
Free the
No,
nipple.
yeah, no good shout outs, but
Free the nipple.
they won. So that's all I can say to that.
Do you
Man,
think do you think she was kicked out?
I would hope so. You can't just
Do you think
do
like are we talking banned?
probably.
Was it worth it, motherfucker?
I mean, you can't
Was
do
it worth
that. Yeah, you just can't do that.
You know what? And the funniest part is the camera guy who was records around the Rogers Center was probably just doing, listen, we'll call it what it is. He sees a couple good looking ones. He's like, oh, let's zoom in on her. Zoomed in, immediately just puts his job in jeopardy when she flashes the camera.
Yeah.
All like I said, I'm assuming she is probably banned, like you just reiterated back to me. I'd love to know if she is, though. Maybe we can get access to the letter she got. Maybe she got arrested because, again, that is a public place.
Yeah, there's kids there.
There's kids there. Is she like on an offenders list now? I don't know what it could be. I'd love to know what happened. I really would.
Yep. Someone write a story about it.
And that's something you can't get on these other podcasts. Like we're talking about the real cold-hearted or like cold hard facts. That's what we do. And that's what happened at the Rogers Center Saturday. Shout out to her. She's probably like on like Chris Hansen or something like that. Maybe she's going on that show now. She's a predator, maybe. I don't know. But just a hilarious sequence of texts I got and then tweets at me about, no, she definitely flashed the camera. So maybe we'll clip this, we'll post it because we talked about it, and maybe we'll get down to what happened there. The brass tacks, as they say. But just an awesome two games. And just very fun. But speaking about fun things, we got to talk about this as well because we're going to go into today's game. Welcome back, Diamond.
Your girl.
Welcome back, Diamond, my girl. I mean, if you're a little Johnny was a little, I mean, you're talking about like a little hard on. I mean, when I saw Diamond when I was a kid, I was like, you know what? I would with Diamond. She was locked up for 23 years, back in the mix. Got to see Ace again, which is beautiful to see the rekindling of relationships and family ties and all that type of stuff. So Diamond is back with the Toronto Blue Jays, and also Domer. I don't know if you saw the old mascot Domer was there
and
too.
BJ Birdie.
They brought them all back. They're playing the hits. That's why, you know what? I'm kind of pissed I didn't see Diamond on Friday. But again, it is Junior J's Sunday, so it doesn't make a lot of sense. But welcome back to Diamond, man. Welcome back. Do you think they had that in the storage closet?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
That would probably have a pretty nasty stench if it was there for 23 years. They had to have got it made, right?
I would hope so. First class organization. They're redoing Diamond, I think.
I would love to buy the old Diamond if they still have access to it.
Okay.
And I welcome back, Diamond. I don't think the nostalgia would hit for the Junior J's Saturday kids that were there.
What do you think a mascot costume costs?
Oh, it's probably like $800, $1,000, maybe. It depends on like the quality of it. We did look that up on the old Jays mascot. But yeah, I was shocked. I mean, people just know that I'm a Diamond guy. I had like 20, 30 tweets like, holy shit, Diamond. And rightfully so. She's the queen of the Toronto Blue Jays, and she's back with her family. So shout out Diamond for that. But we can talk about the game now. I'm going to go on a limb, maybe not a hot take, Avery. This was pound for pound easily the most fun game of the series. Not even remotely close. This game fucked so hard. We
got a George leadoff dinger, Jesus Sanchez, and then Okamoto, like 3 home runs. Like, well, I'll take that any day. That was awesome.
What was your favorite home run of today's game?
Okamoto for sure. But like Jesus Sanchez hitting that ball Like that was just real juice too. I weird, maybe not weird. It's fair that they deployed Lucas game one
Yeah,
as the outfielder. I would like, in my mind, for them to just kind of give it to one guy
yeah.
that role of whoever's going to hit two or whoever's going to hit against righties, but maybe that'll work itself out. I don't love like touch and feel with the at bats for both of the guys in my mind. Maybe they can make it work and they can be okay, but Jesus Sanchez, you saw why he was acquired. Like, and he smoked that ball dead center,
That
like just easy juice. He hit
and
a couple balls hard this week too that um, he didn't get credit for. What was it? The one at first base that
106 or whatever it was. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if Kurtz is playing back, obviously he was holding the runner on, but if he's playing back, it's probably a double down the line,
Yeah.
smoke some balls. So I was generally impressed with my first look at Jesus Sanchez in a Blue Jays uniform.
Yeah. I don't, is he a walk guy too? Because he was spitting like like had a pretty good walk today, like got deep into counts, but um his swing, it looks uncomfortable. Is that a hot take? It looks like
More or less uncomfortable than Anthony Santander.
okay, well, I mean that's a little bit like that's the most uncomfortable swing of all time, but it just looks like the bat is like attached to his shoulder on his backswing. You know what I'm saying? It like he doesn't fully follow through it, like stays with it. I don't know if that makes him stay in this. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a hitting guru like David Popkins, but the best part of the home run from Jesus Sanchez, Avery, was the pan to David Popkins, and he has like the biggest smile on his face.
Shit eating grin. He's just like,
He's like,
yeah.
holy shit. 109, 417. That ball was crucified, Avery. And by the way, you want to do a little stat here to talk about the Blue Jays hitting coaches. Jesus Sanchez didn't hit a singular baseball last year out of the park on a 96 mile an hour or faster fastball. He did it in his second game or first start with the Toronto Blue Jays. He did that. So they've clearly worked on the pitch selection for him. Maybe they changed his stance up a little bit, but that's a fun bat to dream on. And he showed why. He hit another baseball today up the middle, 95, that got caught. So he is just murdering baseballs right now.
I'd love to see it. That's why you got acquired. And it just seems like such a win-win deal where the Jays got someone they wanted and Joey's playing in
And
Houston.
Lopes has been raking.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like a deal that you think can work out for both sides. The Jays and Astros big on the trade front.
Yeah.
They do some good tidy business together.
They really do. They're just the ass Jays, they'll call them. The ass Jays.
Jays.
Yeah,
Eric Lauer pitched great too. It's
Eric Lauer.
like, where are we getting all these strikeouts from? I couldn't believe it.
Do you think what would people have say if I told you Eric Lauer strikes out 9 and it's not even the highest total for a Blue Jay starter on the weekend? You would punch me in the fucking face if I said that. Like he was one away from being every starter having 10 plus strikeouts. And they still set the franchise record for strikeouts on the weekend, obviously, but Eric Lauer was punching tickets at an alarming rate. And my question to you is, Avery, if Lauer keeps this shit up, what the fuck do you do with Barrios? What the fuck do you do with Shane Bieber? What the fuck do you do with Trey Savage?
I think he's pretty comfortably last for me. Not just
But
based
what
on.
if he's shoving like this though?
Then he's just good at pitching. It's like wherever you put him, he's going to pitch. He's going to pitch well. It's like all those guys have the leg up on Lauer, but yeah, I don't. He's just gonna. He's gonna pitch. Like he's
It's
gonna
an
be.
uncomfortable situation to have though, because those guys are ramping back up. Savage did throw.
Yeah.
Bieber did throw, and so did Barrios a lot in the last week. So it is an uncomfortable conversation. And fuck it, let's just run the first ever 8-man rotation in the history of baseball. Let's go. Let's ride.
Yeah, the Jays, since they're Canada's team, they actually get 32 players.
They
on
do.
Their roster,
They get more players on the roster. It's different country, the tariffs and like the exchange rate and stuff like that. But
Yep.
I guess never mind. That was a dumb question for me because the Lauer will just be the piggyback on Savage. So he's still be essentially treating his day as like every 5th day he's on the bump, right?
That works. Yeah, in theory, that can work.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have with the Toronto Blue Jays having too many starting pitchers because last year we were running bullpen games out every 4th and 5th days pretty much.
And that could still happen at this point too. It's like if these guys don't make it back or we have some some things go wrong. Like that could still happen at some point, but you want to avoid that as much as possible. No shit. Eric Lau, like you just give him the ball, he's going to do good things. Like I don't.
I do. There is some funny jokes that were thrown around our group chat about Lauer nicknames here. I'd love to read them. The
Yeah,
second
please.
Laura, the Church of Latter Day Saints from Zoobs. That's an awesome one. The Church of Latter Day Saints is just an awesome nickname, and then obviously the Lauer Hour is just a goated nickname that a
Yeah,
listener of ours came up with. But just unbelievable. Just like shout out to Eric Lauer. I think the best part about it is how he's been able to show himself as a true professional. Lost his arbitration hearing, wasn't guaranteed a starting role, kind of got lucked into it because of the injuries at the start in the starting rotation, and has essentially shoved at every single role he has had with this baseball team. It's truly unbelievable. I don't know if many pitchers could be able to do that with how much it fucks your routine up, where you kind of just don't know what you're going to be doing. And the Lauer Hour was just special yet again in front of 45, 50,000 people. Just what a guy. What a baller. What a baller.
he's auditioning for another. Like he's going to get a contract after this
Oh,
year.
for
It's
sure. A team
which
is going to
is
pay him. Yeah.
he, yeah, like he you keep pitching well, you're going to keep getting opportunities no matter where it is. So it's like I I would feel bad if there's a reason he can't stick around because of numbers wise, because of how well he's pitched, but like he's a major league pitcher. He can do
Yeah.
this. And that's going to be good and I'm happy for him about that because he will probably pretty easily land on his feet, whatever happens this year.
Yeah. It won't be hard for Eric Lauer to find a job. That's not
No,
going to be a difficult thing for him and his agent. They're probably smiling like or a cheek to cheek smile. Like they're just living the dream right now watching this. And it was awesome today. I mean, obviously tough home run to Jacob Wilson he gave up there, but
no, he gave up to Muncie, but
or
yeah,
Muncie, sorry, Muncie it was.
Wilson was on base. Yeah, yeah.
Wilson was on base. Yeah. So shout out the Lauer Hour, true
Max
professional.
Max Muncy looks like a mix of Marcelo Meyer and Whit Merrifield. Like
Yeah.
if you put the two
Man rocket.
together,
Man rocket.
yeah, they look like a mix of all of them. And really funny that Dan says on the broadcast, like, this isn't the Max Muncy you think it is.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's just like a whole different hand. And so I had someone at dinner. I went out to dinner, like my buddy was in town. I met his buddies, and he's like, "Yeah, I didn't know Max Muncy was on the A's." I was like, "It's actually a different guy."
Oh, that's awesome to break that news to them. It's like that guy. It's like that guy that breaks the trades in his group chats. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, you hear that?
yeah, your
You
group
got
chat
traded?
Schefter.
The group chat Schefter, the group chat passing. Yeah, I will say another takeaway I did have from this series is I fucking hate how Jacob Wilson plays baseball.
Oh, dude,
I
stop.
I want to legitimately like fight him UFC style, watching him jump back and forth in the box like he's just has ADHD it's the most annoying thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry. And maybe that's mean for me to say. It's fucking terrible to watch. It really is.
Yeah, just stop your feet. Stop dancing while we hit.
Yeah.
He struck out a lot this weekend for a guy who doesn't strike out.
Yeah.
And I accepted it and I enjoyed it. And I hope the same thing happens in September. But yeah, his feet go nuts right before he swings. It's incredible in a ugly way. And I don't like it, but it works for him. It works for him.
I hate it. Oh no, Sir Anthony. Sir Anthony Dominguez came in the game for the White Sox
They were up big.
and yeah, the Brewers are winning now.
No,
Sir Anthony gave it up.
no, that's oh my God.
Oh, that sucks. That's a kick
It
in
was
the dick.
7-3. It's 9.
By the way, watching ball again is so awesome. Like after this podcast, I get to just go on my television. I get to watch the Mariners Guardians, hate watch that. And
That's been a great series so far.
been a great series. Then we get to watch just ball on the television again. It's awesome. It's absolutely unbelievable to be able to just watch actual meaningful baseball again. So, and I hope this series kind of just kickstarts a special season again for the Toronto Blue Jays. It looks like it based off of the results and based off of the process and all the stuff that the starting pitchers did, and the bullpen was okay at times. Like again, there was 2 blow-ups, but it was awesome to watch Braden Fisher again. I mean, that guy's awesome. Braden Fisher's awesome. You know,
It's you see dog mentality in the way he pitches. Like he's fired up and he's got juice when he goes out there and he pitches great. I'm
Yeah. I will. Okay, let's go with this, Avery.
Yep.
Give your circle of trust top five guys in the bullpen in order right now.
Tyler Rogers.
That's clear. There's no dispute for me there.
Yeah, like okay. Let me go through who's out of your circle of trust because it's kind of just one player, right?
Brennan Little, yeah. But I'm just going like the first five guys I'm going to.
Okay.
Like those are
Like Varland's still in there.
Yeah, he was awesome yesterday.
Varland Rogers, he's got double plays, both of them.
Yeah.
Varland Rogers, Fluarty, Fisher, Hoffman. Like that's
You don't have Nance ahead of Fluarty?
no, I
Okay.
don't.
Yeah, I get okay. Yeah, I guess. I
Like
could see.
Spencer Miles showed pretty
Oh, we
good.
didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, that was a cool moment.
Spencer Miles, who's thrown less than 20 or less than 15 innings in the minors, plays a professional baseball game 3 levels above what he's ever played before on opening weekend in extra innings and just drops his nuts on the table and absolutely shoves. And we went for dinner after the game with some of the guys on the some of the coaching staff on the team, and the bullpen catcher was there, and he's the guy that catches. Like the bullpen catchers have designated guys they catch for.
Yeah.
And I asked him about Spencer Miles, and that's a guy that he catches for. And he's like, he's fucking filthy. He's filthy. It's the health thing, obviously. And that's why he was picked in the Rule 5. The arm's there, the talent's there. And that's why he was thrown and trusted to throw in that situation. And man, was that awesome to see.
Yeah, kind of didn't really have any other choice of who was going to pitch, but like your first big league play being a comebacker up the middle where you then turn and execute.
Oh, I would have thrown that ball over the center fielder wall.
Yeah, just perfectly executed to get the runner at second, hand it off to the shortstop, get out of the way. For that to be your first out in the big leagues, I was like, okay, man, he's at least prepared. Things went great for him. So yeah, good for Spencer Miles, man. That was cool to see, and just a moment that he probably didn't think he was going to be in.
Hey, man, we're gonna ease you into it. Oh fuck! All right, we're throwing you in extras tonight.
Yeah, he was going to be because it was 6-2 at the time or 6-3, right? And
Yeah.
he was going to throw the eighth, and then they scored a couple of runs to make it 6-5, and then Rogers went in, and then someone else threw again. Hey, you get the extra inning, man. Good luck.
Oh fuck! That's all. Oh, I couldn't imagine the nerves. He probably blacked out. To be honest with you,
I think so. That's probably what happened.
he probably doesn't remember any of it. So shout out Spencer Miles. Before we go into the series preview, I did want to ask you the question that we ask ourselves every single year. It is a new roster, and it does well clips wise. For the third year in a row, I want to bring up this question: who are the two players on the Toronto Blue Jays who you think have never spoken to each other?
Oh my God.
All year. I'm talking spring training. And I get it. I know we have a close locker room and everyone does love each other and they're all like friendship and everything. Like it's a very good locker room. But who's two guys you think have never spoken more than, okay, I'll say maybe 2 words to each other?
Okay. Spencer Miles being like the Rule 5 guy and Okamoto. There's no like you think Yusuke's translating that conversation between the two? Like Spencer Miles maybe not wanting to step on toes, but yeah, him and Okamoto probably aren't. Or like him and Jesus Sanchez aren't talking either.
I'm going to go Jesus Sanchez, Tyler Rogers have never spoken. Never crossed paths in the hallway. Those are two guys in my mind that are just, they've never talked. I mean, obviously, like Tyler Rogers is a reliever, so he's in the bullpen a lot. And if Jesus Sanchez isn't playing, he's in the dugout. It's not like they're really ever crossing paths. Those are the two guys I'm going to say. I'm trying to think of others. I really can't think of others, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's usually the way we do it is a Spanish speaking person, and usually.
You think even Jesus Sanchez and Okamoto's talked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe Varsho and like I'd even say like Varsho and Yimi Garcia have probably never talked before.
Yeah, Jimmy Garcia's usually in the running for they haven't talked to each other. I usually put him there. Did you hear the story they told about Spencer Miles and Max Scherzer?
No.
On the broadcast?
No.
So Spencer Miles, I was guessing he grew up in Columbia, Missouri. Like that's where Mizzou is at. His travel baseball coach was a Mizzou alum who played with Max Scherzer,
Okay.
and they had a great tobogganing hill in their backyard. And apparently, Max Scherzer, when Spencer Miles was 6 years old, went tobogganing in his backyard and built a jump, and that was the first time they had met each other, and that like the only time.
That is the most random fucking duo story I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it makes sense because Max went to college there, but the fact
Imagine
that
being 6 years old and fucking Max Scherzer's in your backyard.
I just had my nephew's fifth birthday party. I can't believe that Spencer Miles remembered that. To be honest,
Maybe it was broad. I mean, you don't
parents,
forget,
yeah,
but
your
you also
parents.
don't forget meeting Max Scherzer, though.
True. I mean, there's what? There's 15 years between them.
Yeah. You don't
21-year-old
forget
Max.
meeting Max Scherzer, though.
Yeah,
Like,
21-year-old Max Scherzer and 6-year-old Spencer Miles.
yeah. All right, let's go into some series preview stuff. Obviously, I know people are going to ask, are you streaming tomorrow? No, we're not streaming tomorrow. Got an awesome text from John Schneider. He wants us there for BP on Monday. So we'll be at batting practice on Monday, then go into the game. But Tuesday, we're back in your living rooms, streaming the Tuesday game. I'll go over the pitching matchups. I don't know if Avery has them in front of him. I'll
I
be
I
honest with you.
I can do them for you.
Okay.
Cody Ponce, Tomoyuki Sagano is the first
Oh,
one.
Sagano back.
Yeah.
Back in the six.
That's Ryan Feltner and Max Scherzer on Tuesday, and then Kevin Gausman and Kyle Freeland on Wednesday. So two righties and then a lefty in the
By
last
the
one.
way, is
Um,
Wednesday's game's at 1 o'clock.
Wednesday's game is early, and then Thursday's game's at 3, and then they don't play on Friday.
What the fuck?
That
All
has
right.
to. When was the last time the Jays didn't play on a Friday?
Was it the 2023 opening day that we went to? Remember? We went to the
Maybe.
game Thursday, they didn't play Friday, then we went Saturday. Because Thursday or
Okay.
Friday we were watching the other games.
And they were at. Oh yeah, sorry,
In
in
St.
St.
Louis.
St.
Yeah.
Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that was.
in my mind the last time I can remember.
I'd agree.
I feel like they open at home a lot. Oh, never mind. The Jays didn't open at home last year. Yeah, never mind. They didn't open it. Yeah, never mind. Disavow. Um,
Well, they
all
did
right.
open at home last year. It was the year
Oh,
before.
year before they didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So series preview. Colorado Rockies are coming off. I believe they might have just gotten swept. Let me look into it.
By the Marlins.
Yeah, they got swept. Swept by the Marlins. 2-1, 4-3, 4-3. So they did keep the games close. Not the
Sure.
worst performance there, but the Marlins were raking this weekend. I saw some exit velos they had. Just a fun baseball team raking. But it's gonna be like I said, man. You can't take any team lightly. I would have been happy with Jays taking 2 or 3 this weekend. Their pitching was Their pitching was insane, and their offense showed up last game. So they luckily we got a sweep. I'm gonna predict the Jays take the series though 2-1.
That's pretty healthy to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
like if you don't take 2 or 3 when you're facing Sagano, and the other two
Felton,
got like
yeah,
and
Feltner and
Feltner, like
Freeland.
y- y- I
They're better.
would
We can raise expectations. That's
pretty
that is
pathetic. I'm gonna call it pretty pathetic if you do that. Like
that's
if you get
it's a very good matchup on paper.
it's a very good matchup on paper. Jays are opening up as heavy favorites, minus 250
Holy
for
hell.
a series. In just humiliation ritual fashion, somehow Sugano will figure it out and turn back the clock. I
Yeah.
am looking forward to watching Sugano versus Okamoto because they've played against each other a pretty decent amount, right? Obviously they both
No,
played
they were teammates.
Oh, they were teammates.
Yeah, they were both Giants. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
my God, the press that's going to be here for this week is going to be crazy.
I'm almost positive about that.
They were teammates?
Yeah,
Okay.
because yeah, Sugano was the Giants too.
Okay. So they were teammates. All right. The press is going to be awesome for that. And then you know what the press is going to be even better for when the Jays face the White Sox. You got Murakami, who just 3 home runs in 3 games against Okamoto. That's going to be a fun series to watch this weekend. Do I think the White Sox are that great? No. Unfortunately, they're not. But yeah, I'm just looking here at the Rockies lineup. Eduardo Julian plays for the Rockies now?
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Oh my God.
He
Yeah,
does.
I mean, Hunter Goodman's been good this year so far. He's slugging or OPS 750,
Jake
375.
McCarthy is on the Rockies.
Yeah.
My God, I
You're
didn't
just
know
learning
that.
about players. I had no idea about that, to be honest with you. That's crazy. So should be a fun series, man. Everyone, all the Blue Jays fans, all Gate 14 Nation, remembers the last time the Toronto Blue Jays faced the Rockies in Coors Legacy series. That
Buddy
was just
Kennedy.
special. Shout out Buddy Kennedy. Awesome series. So uh, 2 or 3. I'm fine with that. Let's go into the White Sox series 5-1. Well, why not? Why not? And let's
Accept
have
it.
fun in Chicago. Then we got the Dodgers coming to town next week. Clench your ball, clench your ass for
Punch
that
your
one,
ball.
folks. Clench your balls. But um, it's so awesome to have baseball back, Avery.
I know. Talking
This
about real things that you see
talking
is
about things that actually happened. I will say that the shitty part about the Sunday to Monday turnaround is we don't have baseball for over 24 hours after this. It's like 27 hours in between,
that's
which kind of
pretty much
sucks.
unacceptable. Yeah.
It's unacceptable. They should play every single day. But I'm looking forward to it. Rockies to town. Cody Ponce debut day. I cannot wait for that. See that. Let's talk about swing and miss there. Let's talk about Cody Ponce swing and miss stuff. So I'm looking forward to watching that and being back at the Dome on Monday, or sorry, the Rogers Center. I hate when people correct me and say the Dome, but we'll see you guys on Tuesday on the live stream, and then we got back-to-back day games after for some ungodly reason. Love you guys. Gate 14 forever. Appreciate the support, man, and we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Love you.